Have you ever wondered how 300 Spartans held off a Persian army of thousands? Let's peel back the layers of myth and dive into the reality of the Battle of Thermopylae. At the heart of this story, we find King Leonidas, a man of Spartan steel, leading a band of 300 warriors. These Spartans, though heavily outnumbered, confronted an army of Persian thousands with a courage that was nothing short of awe-inspiring. Let's pause for a moment and consider the sheer audacity of it. 300 against thousands, but Leonidas knew the stakes. He understood the strategic importance of the Thermopylae Pass, a narrow corridor of land that could be a game-changer in warfare. This was not just a battle, it was a stand for Greece, for freedom against the overwhelming might of the Persian Empire. Leonidas and his 300 Spartans against the might of Persia were about to partake in a battle that would echo through history. As dawn broke on the third day, the Persian army descended upon the Spartans. The battlefield was a narrow pass between the cliffs and the sea, a strategic choice by the Greeks that would limit the Persian advantage of numbers. The Spartans, led by King Leonidas, were a force to be reckoned with. Their defensive strategy was simple yet effective. They were to hold their ground, form a wall of shields, and repel wave after wave of Persian onslaught. For 2 days, the clash of steel and the cries of the fallen filled the air. The Persian army, vast and mighty, attempted time and again to break through the Spartan lines, but to no avail. The Spartans, trained from a young age to be warriors, held their formation like an unbreakable chain, their resolve as solid as the shields they bore. But unknown to Leonidas and his men, the seeds of betrayal had been sown. A local resident, Ephialtes, driven by selfish motives, had offered his knowledge to the Persians. He revealed a mountain path, hidden from the prying eyes of the Greeks, that led behind their lines. This treacherous act was about to change the course of the battle, turning the advantage to the Persians. The tide of the battle was about to turn, all thanks to a local resident's treachery. The Spartans, unaware of the impending danger, stood firm, ready to face the third day. The Battle of Thermopylae was far from over. Outflanked and outnumbered, Leonidas and his Spartans were left with a grim choice. As the sun rose on the final day of the Battle of Thermopylae, the Spartans found themselves surrounded on all sides. With the Persian forces closing in, the Spartans had a decision to make, a choice that would etch their names into the annals of history. In the face of certain death, Leonidas and his Spartans chose to fight. They chose to stand their ground, to hold the line. They chose honor and valor over retreat and surrender. Their decision was not one of desperation, but of conviction. A conviction rooted in the Spartan code of honor. With it, or on it, meaning that a Spartan warrior would return from battle either with his shield, victorious, or carried upon it, fallen. As the battle raged on, the Spartans fought with a ferocity and bravery that belied their small numbers. They held their ground, making every Persian pay a heavy price for each inch of Spartan soil. Their resolve was unyielding, their spirit unbroken. Even as their numbers dwindled, their courage never wavered. In the end, Leonidas and his Spartans fell, but not before they had demonstrated a level of bravery and valor that would echo through the ages. They may have lost the battle, but their sacrifice would not be in vain. Leonidas and his Spartans fell, but not before leaving a lasting legacy. The Battle of Thermopylae was a defeat for the Greeks, but was it truly a victory for the Persians? The battle, though numerically a loss for the Greeks, had far-reaching implications. Let's delve into the aftermath and the broader context of the Greco-Persian Wars. The Battle of Thermopylae was a mere chapter in these wars, yet its narrative stands apart. King Leonidas and his 300 Spartans fought valiantly, their courage echoing through the corridors of time. Their sacrifice, though resulting in a Persian victory on the battlefield, was a symbolic triumph for the Greeks. It galvanized the Greek city-states, fostering unity and resolve against the Persian onslaught. This Spartan stand also reverberates in our collective cultural memory. Leonidas and his 300 became symbols of resistance, their story inspiring countless works of art, literature, and film. Their legacy? A testament to the human spirit's indomitable will when faced with overwhelming odds. In the end, it wasn't the Persians who conquered Thermopylae, but the legend of Leonidas and his 300 Spartans that stood the test of time.